This thing, you clean this thing up, and this would be a neat little display. How they're all cemented in. This is, I think, this is natural, I believe. I bet a rock collector would like something like this. That's pretty cool. How they're all just wedged in. This is not human made. There's no way they would do that. Especially leave it way out here. You know, if I brought my GPS out here, I could actually mark the location. That'd be fun. Mark a location for like a scavenge. When a lot of these trees die, they look like they get obliterated. Alright, I'm in a flood channel. It really curves. Really winds around. It's pretty neat. Probably not something I should be following. This is the deepest channel I run into. Oh! Ah! So it's knocking. That thing's holding up good. These evergreens are pretty well designed for this type of flooding. They can really rely on their roots for stability. It still amazes me how they claim that turkeys lived in this area with the Indians. Man, these things are close to busting. Here's a nice big example. It looks like it got sheared off. You could see the whole thing got sheared off. And that over there too. That's pretty neat. I think it's practically impossible to get lost. I pretty much know where the city is, the town, and the mountains give good direction. They still loom. Oh wait, that's familiar. Okay, I'm walking away from that mountain. Okay, so I really do need to go this way. Okay, well, not sure where they got the slogan, the land of enchantment, for New Mexico, but I would say there's a good chance they made it up in Taos. Maybe not. This area is pretty enchanting. Alright, I have a couple rocks here that I actually might want to keep. This thing's kind of sharp and jagged, and this thing's got some good weight to it. Could use it for smashing. That is crazy. Finally came across a pretty together carcass. It looks like it died. Oh my god, somebody did some heroin out here. Looks like it might have died like last year. Wow. Yeah, there's a little, you could still smell a little rot. So, yeah, has to be last year. Broken jaw. Bones spread all over. All over. Like animal. The coyotes are probably fighting for it. But some guy was out here doing heroin. See, bones over there, bones over there, bones over there. Coyotes taking their own corners. But, yeah, it's still got some flesh. That's a long spine, huh? Wow, this was one big animal. What a crime scene. Now, this is the hoof of a horse, I believe. It's probably a horse that died. Alright, I just want to make a comment on this. This is really an anthill. I dug into one, and I got deep enough, maybe like 4 or 5 inches, and red ants started coming out. They are not too active in the forest, but that's an anthill. Okay, I kind of want to walk a little further away. The trees are actually taller this way, so it'll feel like I get lost in the forest a little bit more. I like that feeling. I liked it along the coast. Alright, here's a flood channel. A little bit of a sign, a lot of tracks, people hiking out here. Seeing a lot more opaque stones even on the trail. I think people around town tend to pick them up closer to the town. As you get further out, and they're just left on the trail. Like this is a nice little one. I think the sun would shine through it a little bit, along with several others. Man, this is deep in the forest. Deep, still a good trail though. Now I think about that boondocking more out in the open country, but I mean, you either prepare for living in the city, living around, bouncing around the city, or you prepare for living outside the city. It's hard to do the hybrid. You can, but it's risky because if you carry a lot of supplies useful for the more remote areas, you're at risk of getting stolen, burglarized, because you're not thinking about security as much when you're out in the open wilderness. You can leave things lying around more, you can carry more things loosely, but you gotta tie things up in the city. Man, this is a pretty one. As thick as it is, it's pretty darn opaque. It's not a diamond though. This stone is interesting. These opaque stones are attached. Like, did somebody cement them together, or was this natural? There's a lot of opaque stones attached to this sucker. Alright, I am in the market for a pestle. Something like this would be nice if it was just bigger. Like, I want a round pestle I could maybe squeeze oranges on or something. Something a little bit bigger and round like this. Oh, this is nice though. This sucker is opaque. There's a ton of these types of things. A perfect stone like that, as hard as it is, without any grit, would be like a baseball size. Could I find the perfect stone? I could find things that are kind of close. I really have to search hard, I think, or just get very lucky. Also, these poops are huge. They're huge. They're like, is this elk? I think there's a ton of elk. There's a lot of elk track throughout here. This is a lot of evidence. I don't know if they dare come into the city. They'll only come as far as this tree line, maybe. Some guy's firing away. What do we got? Elite Performance Hollow Point when it counts. And then I think he shot them all off because, yeah. This is a neat little drainage trail. It's not major flooding. The gold would settle right around in here. Look at all these big rocks. They settled. The heavier rocks It's not black dirt though, but they get settled, and yeah, because of the dams. Okay, I've never seen this before. I find it so fascinating. I just recorded one on my iPod. There's like this lump of these hard, opaque stones. They're just cemented together. I believe it's natural. Well, this is a walk where I've just been really fascinated with the stones at this point. Just seeing the unique ones. Lots of nice space in between these pine trees, but I mean, you couldn't really, it's not very comfortable for driving through. Yeah, once again, more of these type, these little stones connected into a granite. Obliterated. Boom. There's another one up here. I mean, how else are they gonna fall apart, I guess? I'm not sure what this is, but it looks interesting. Starting to flower for the springtime. And these plants are actually, I found these in Washington. There's the same smell. Right, not too far away from the city, got somebody who set up a shelter a long time ago. They had a nice pipe, and they brought out some pretty heavy something plastic right there. A lot of bugs. Oh, I think I got a sliver. A lot of bugs. What is that? Oh my God, it's a magazine. Are there rounds in it? It's kind of heavy. Somebody's bunker. This is a copper pipe. This dude has a little value in this pipe. Bad. This magazine has batteries. What kind of machine gun carries batteries? 7.2 volts. Right, looking at it from a distance. Yeah, it's nice tall trees. About the first tall trees you start seeing from the city to town. Oh my God, that's what I've been walking on? Pueblo tribal land? I did not see any warnings besides that. I'm walking up this long copper pipe, and I'm a little lost. I think I could take a left on this road and get back into town, but it looks like it might be a long walk. And I seem to have really wandered into the Pueblo section here. There's a lot of Indian-owned stuff around here. Yeah, that crayon-smelling flower loves living around society. I bet it's probably edible. Did not see this either. One warning after another as I'm making my way out. What's up with these people? Got like the whole road? Tribal roads or lands? I've never seen that before. So this is Goat Springs and Veterans Highway next to the cemetery. Looks like a bit of a permanent sign. I think this is probably owned by the Indians too. It looks rather abandoned though. Patrolled by high desert. So this statue, I was just gonna walk by, but it's got a description. Yeah, that's something. Here's the front. Alright. So there's this museum that's art museum. Open Tuesday through Sunday. There's a Center for Jewish Life. And I'll have to check the time again. They still haven't opened this door yet. It's 11:30 and they still haven't opened it on a Sunday. They closed it at 8 p.m. I'm mixing poppy seed in here. I crushed the poppy seed. Makes a good combination. Okay, I'm learning discipline with eating honey. Ooh, I almost dropped it. It's just resting on my knees, that's why it's flat. So I had to spend like 10 minutes looking for my celery seed. Finally found it. That's gonna go into the honey. Gotta have discipline when I eat honey. Bitter and sweet. I had no idea I was sleeping next to this food bank here. I mean, I was kind of familiar with it, but I didn't realize it was right here. It's only open on Thursday, and today's Sunday. I'm not waiting until Thursday. There's not enough to do around here to wait that long. It's a pretty neat building. So the bathroom's supposed to be this way. This is the big shopping area, or the tourist area. It's pretty neat. They do the best they can with flat ground. Alright, I want to read some signs here. Wanted, we pay cash. Oh, this is some artist thing, isn't it? Oh no, old wood, fencing, old structure. Okay. Alright, just kind of walking in the center. Alright, walking away from the plaza. It's not too busy. The Ambassador's Meet. 2003. You know, this grocery store is quirky in a lot of ways. They don't even have a water fountain. Plus, I went to the service counter and there was a broken pot on their shelf. I nearly ran into one. It's kind of funny to think me and that other RV guy are just camping out in their parking lot here. This will be night 3. There's an RV guy who he'd left this morning and then he came back this evening. He wears a dress and a beret. I seen him in Santa Fe next to the well, not far from the Walmart. He's a familiar looking guy. Not many men wear a dress. I've never seen Indian signage that asserts itself as strongly as I do the Pueblo in this area. Alright, the RV guy took off. He was staying right there on this island thing. I'm gonna try to stay a night here again, further down. Alright, so I bought a lot of these grape leaves stuffed with, they said something special, but I think it's just rice mostly. Yeah. I need more grape leaves in my diet. Grape seeds, too. I'm getting in areas where I think they'll grow more. I'm getting more confident with my eating because my stomach hasn't been sick in days now. I think it might be just coming north. I think the South Mexico makes my stomach sick. The South Arizona, South New Mexico.